And my little sister asked me if she could climb over, and I said sure, but specifically said don't grab onto the pole. My house is old, so our closet poles are metal. And she grabbed onto the pole. That was so fun because she dropped it on my foot. Then I got rushed to the hospital and got 17 stitches in my foot, so that was painful. 2 weeks later, I was at a pizza restaurant and told my mom my foot hurts so much, like more than usual, and we looked at it and it was about to burst. It was about to burst. So we went to the ER, but on the way there, my foot popped like a zit. So it was infected, and I couldn't see anyone, and I stayed at the hospital for 2 nights. Then they gave me antibiotics. So we went home all fine until 8 days later, I finished my prescription, saw some spots on my arm, then woke up with a full body rash because I was allergic to the antibiotics. So fun. Anyways, I got some medicine I wasn't allergic to and didn't die from scarlet fever or something. So yeah, bye Ben, love you bestie. I'm glad you're okay. That is one of the reasons why I refuse to go to the hospital. Okay, wait, I need to be careful with what I say here. So me personally, I haven't been to the hospital in probably 12 years. Mainly because there isn't like any, like I haven't like been injured or anything like that. But I also haven't been to the doctor in 12 years, and every year they send me a checkup. So like I very well could have like diseases. So very much don't follow my footsteps. Like I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this. Because it's literally stupid, and I need to go to the doctor to see. Like, I actually pass out so often because I'm low on iron, and I just refuse to get blood work because I'm scared of needles. But that is so scary. Like, the thought of, like, getting medicine for something, and then the medicine ends up making you sicker, that sounds like a nightmare. But I kind of relate to what you said about like your foot like swelling up, because when I was really little, maybe not really little, I think like maybe like elementary school, I was wearing Crocs, and it was like my school had this after school care thing where if your parents like had to work late, like my mom worked at a hospital, after school you would just go to the gym and like hang out with all these other kids. But anyways, we were at the playground one of the days, and I was wearing my little fun Crocs, which have holes in them. Perfectly B-shaped holes, mind you. And what happened when I saw a bee near me? Oh, it flew into those holes, got stuck in my Crocs, and then stung me because it couldn't get out. And I'm pretty sure I'm allergic because my whole foot swole up and was literally completely swollen for I think like a week. And I remember, oh my god, this is actually so disgusting. If you're like squeamish, like plug your ears for the next minute. I would like just I could it was like a fruit gusher. Like it was like my toe was genuinely like a fruit gusher, and I would just peel off these layers of skin. Like the skin on my toe was like just dying because it was under so much pressure and just expanding so much from the freaking swollenness. It was like actually disgusting. Like the skin would just like fly off, and it was like y'all really didn't need to know that. Oh my gosh, we got in our I almost died story. We got it in. The first one y'all have gotten. I always wonder like if there's anyone who like doesn't give a poo poo caca about me, but like really wants to hear near-death experiences and listen to this podcast, and each day, or I mean each week, they're waiting like, oh my god, this is gonna be the one when I get a riveting near-death experience, and I just deprive them of that every single week. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got on the Twitter. Also, Whoa! I just got such a migraine out of nowhere. It feels like someone actually just drilled into my head. No, because I'm literally convinced that, like, the bugs that I ate, like, laid eggs in my brain, and they're, like, attacking my nervous system. Like, I'm convinced. Okay, let's see. So this is my little story for... Oh, sorry. This is from... This is from @QueefQueen for Life. Let's go. So this is my little story for the hashtag I Almost Died podcast. So when I was like 9 or 10, I don't know, I was at some amusement park because it was my brother's birthday. I blame my brother for this. For some reason, we decided to go to a roller coaster first because why not? I was riding in the back seat because I'm not scared. When it was about to go, I was so excited because who wouldn't? And the ride was going and all that stuff, and like 6 seconds in, the ride was slowing down because my little dumb self didn't buckle enough. Okay, that's the end of the story. That's my biggest fear. Like, being on a roller coaster and, like, I'm not, like, fully strapped in or something. That freaks me out to no end because I feel like it could totally happen. Like, it's crazy how much, like, how, like, your lives are literally in the hands of these, like, amusement park workers who have been strapping people in all day for probably the entire week. If I was working that job and my whole job was just to take the strap on the roller coaster and click it in, I could bet money I would miss some people or just like literally like get bored and be like, I'm just not going to clip this person in and see what happens. Like, that freaks me out. Anyways, y'all, this is a juicy story. I was like, when I was peeing, I was looking through them, and I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy, this one. So, this is from at Dabby56829602. Thank you for submitting your story. Also, I just want to address, I know I look like I'm on drugs right now. I'm just so overtired, which is crazy because it's only 10:43 p.m., but there was the whole, last night, it was the spring forward, and I have been going to bed at 9:30 p.m. So for the sun to be out a whole extra hour has just thrown me off, and it's almost 11 p.m. and I've been going to bed at 9:30. So if I look like I'm out of it, it's because I am, but it's not because I'm on the loose first Jucifer or the devil's lettuce. This is just me, baby. All natural. Okay, sorry. I just hit my elbow. Okay. Hey, Ben. So this is kind of surprising for a lot of people to hear, but I kind of survived an attack with the same psycho person standing outside my door 2 years ago. I was 11. Now I'm 13 and tweeting this from the hospital. I was actually hanging out with the same two friends as the first time I put my story on. This time was more serious. I was with one other person, though. My BF. I'm a guy. We saw the person, and immediately we just knew. We were on my friend's trampoline, and we tried running. It was a stupid idea. I fell off the trampoline and hurt my leg, and the guy had the same knife as he did last time. My two friends tried to help me up, and I ran at him. I had no idea what I was thinking. He threw the knife, and it landed in my left arm. My BF and one of my friends started beating up the man. They kicked him in the no-no zone. He tried running, but my BF had him in a chokehold. The third one called the police, and thankfully he was arrested. I was taken to the hospital pretty quickly, though. Turns out I sprained my leg, and the stab wound wasn't that bad, apparently. It happened yesterday, and thankfully I am okay. Love you, bestie. Also, I have a question. Are you LGBTQ supportive? Also, you should do an I Almost Died Q&A episode. That was a lot to unpack in 6 tweets. Good Lord. I am glad you're okay. That's actually so scary. Jesus. Bruh. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever had someone submitting a story saying that I got stabbed. Usually it's like, I choked on Cheerio. I'm really glad you're okay, though. Holy moly. Are you LGBTQ supportive? Of course. Duh. I'll beat up anyone who isn't. And also you should do an I Almost Died Q&A episode. I want to. But I also love having an air of mystery around me and having you all know not one single true detail about... Just kidding. Yeah, I should. Oh my gosh, I should do a Q&A episode where every single thing, I just, like, lie and gaslight y'all for every single, like, answer. Like, y'all could be like, what's your favorite color? And I could be like, you sound insane right now. Kidding. I would say blue, because that is my favorite color. Okay, let's see. My mouth is really dry too. Okay, like I'm just not helping my case for me proving that I am sober. I'm like, oh, my mouth is so dry. Bruh. Okay. This one is from at Emoillis. Here's my near-death experience. I was 4 years old, and it was my neighbor's birthday. He was like 3. Bro, that ain't your neighbor, then. That's just a baby. I was fully expecting, like, I don't know, like a man in a suit in my, like, mental image of this story. Nope, that's a 3-year-old baby. Okay. I was at his house with my dad and brother when it got time to sit down and eat the cake. I remember asking his mom, does this cake have peanuts in it or not? I'm deathly allergic. And her reply was no. I ate the cake until my brother said to my dad that my face looked weird. My dad blew it off, but my mom ended up coming down to the house and I ended up in the hospital. I'm assuming you're alive since I'm reading this tweet, but that reminds me, okay. First of all, I'm glad you're okay. Thank you for submitting your story. Thank you for sharing. But when I was little, I had I had beef with allergic people. When I was little, okay? And by little, I mean like literally like grade 1 to 3. Here's why. Hear me out here. So my mom was like very involved with like my school when I was like growing up. Like she went to art school, so she's like very like talented. And we have these like big windows all around our library at my elementary school. And so like for different events, like for Christmas or Easter or whatever, like she would come in and like paint like these huge paintings all across the windows, and it was like super cool. So she would do stuff like that, and like, oh my gosh, we would always do these celebrations where it was like 100th day of school for the year. And it was like on day 100 of school, we'd have like a big old party, which is actually so fun now that I think of it. Like if it was just like day 100 of school and you just don't do anything, I feel like that is so just mind numbing. It's like, whoa, 100 days. But anyways, we had like a little 100-day party, and my mom baked a cake for all the kids in my class. And I can't remember what kind of cake it was or like what. I remember it said like 100 on it. But there was this kid in my class who was allergic to, I think it was like eggs, or it might have just been milk, which is goofy if that was the case. I honestly think it might have been milk. But anyways, we were all like sitting around this like table, and they're about to hand out a slice of cake to all of us. And there was like a few other like mom volunteers. Like my mom wasn't the only one. But one of the mom volunteers was the mom of this kid who had this allergy. And as they're handing out these slices of cake, it gets to this kid. Let's call him Dobby, because he looked like Dobby low-key. Anyways, once it got to Dobby, my mom was like handing him this plate with a little slice of cake on it. And mind you, it hadn't even gotten near him. Like, she had just sliced it and was like walking towards him and was about to like reach in and give him the slice of cake. Dobby's mom freaking like, ew, I hate using the word Karen, but like that energy just freaking came out of nowhere. And she's like, stop, grabs the plate with the cake on it that my mom baked in the kitchen using her own ingredients out of the goodness of her heart for the children with little grubby fingers. And she takes a plate and throws it in the garbage. This slice of cake, 1, hadn't touched any other child. 2, hadn't touched Dobby. So it was a perfectly clean, fine slice of cake that could have gone to anyone else. But no, Dobby's mom had to turn into full freaking like Godzilla Karen and freak out. And what I don't understand is, like, why she, like, didn't realize that sooner. Like, oh, they're handing out cake. My son, Dobby, is allergic to an ingredient in the cake. Maybe I should wait until they're literally serving him the slice before I literally lose my freaking marbles. And I think she, like, screamed or something. Like, she had, like, a full-on meltdown. But it was like, damn. And that's why that's why little me had beef with allergic people. Because every time I would think of someone with an allergy, I would think of the person wasting my mom's cake that she spent so much time on. And when I was really little, this is so random, but, like, I was so emotionally attached to, like, inanimate objects. Like, any stuffed animals I had, if I, like, lost it, I would, like, be not okay. But, like, even for food, I would, like, be attached to. I don't know. I just, like, I, like, really felt things when I was little. And now, I feel nothing. Ha! Just kidding. But no, I was, like, super hyper emotional. And just seeing, like, that slice of cake that my mom spent so much time on just end up in the garbage. I was like, oh, Dobby, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I kind of felt bad for I mean, I feel bad for Dobby now. I did not feel bad for him back then. But, like, that would have been so embarrassing, like, having your mom literally take your cake away and throw it in the garbage. But I had beef. That is, I can't believe I just admitted that. I thought I was gonna die with that piece of information. Okay. Let's see. Oh no, you guys. Oh my goodness. I just remembered the last time or like a few weeks ago, I tweeted, like, give me would you rather questions using the hashtag I almost died podcast. And that's what so many of these results are. But okay, wait. listen to this story I'm reading. This is from @Layla17777. Hashtag I almost died podcast. Okay, this is the time I almost died. Okay, there was a skating accident. I literally broke my wrist and dislocated my tailbone. So I was skating, minding my business, and all of a sudden, a little kid comes up to me and pushes me over, which resulted in me. And then the story ends. But there's one reply that says, sorry, that was my friend. She stole my phone. What a riveting piece of literature on the I Almost Died podcast. Oh my god, why is my nose, like, really plugged right now? Oh! Guys, it's the bugs. They're getting to me. No, I genuinely felt sick, though, after I, like, ate the bugs. Like, whenever, like, I ingest, I don't know if this is, like, placebo or, like, a real thing, but, like, if I eat something that I haven't had in a while or have never had ever, period, like, for example, if I ever have, like, meat, like, steak after not eating meat for a long time, it, like, messes me up. It beats my butthole. Could have used a better word for that. But, like, after I ate those bugs, I had, like, a wicked stomach ache. I was just laying in my bed, like, feeling, like, the rumblings and tumblings of my stomach, and I was like, oh my god, it's literally the bugs, like, coming back to life and, like, rehydrating, like, to get revenge. Like, when you eat a fish, or when you eat chicken, or when you eat, like, pretty much any meat, like, other than shrimp, you're not eating the whole thing. And listen, I don't believe in souls or anything. Like, that's just me personally. I think we're just little organisms. We're just, like, glorified vegetables that can somehow walk around and talk. But, like, unless you're eating, like, a shrimp or something, you're just eating a piece of it. But when you eat, like, a shrimp or a bug, that is the entire organism. And it's like that soul is, like, in you now. And that's what, like, started freaking me out even more, which I don't think helped my stomach ache. Which, by the way, so many of my stomach aches are, like, mental. Like, I can get stomach aches just thinking about, like onion skin or biting into, like, a shrimp shell. Like, stop. I'm not getting into that. That's so gross. Final note to touch on. Y'all remember Lovely Peaches? I used to have a friend that was like obsessed with her, like not like genuinely like obsessed, like not like a fan, but like was just so interested in this woman who, I don't know if you guys remember, but like she would post like the most outlandish stuff on Instagram and TikTok, and I think all her accounts got banned, but I just looked her up recently and she still has an Instagram account, which blows my mind. But like I was looking through it. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. She would post her full butt, like. No, why am I getting into this, y'all? No, we don't need to get into this. Basically, she is a lovely woman, and end of story, and that's the end. I'm so sorry, y'all. I brought y'all into a spiral of Riverdale, of Lovely Peaches, countless other things that, like me literally rotting my brains with bugs. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Promise next week will be better. I will try and go out and have experiences, maybe even a near-death experience to really spice it up next week. But I love you so much. Have a good rest of your week. Take care. Bet of the week, it's Jill. Okay, everyone. Please, like, just brace yourself for this episode. We're covering possibly the biggest story that we've ever had on Drama Mama. Put a pause on the war. Put a pause on thinking about civil unrest in the country. No, we have something far greater today. And that is the story of beauty influencer Michaela Nogueira elongating her eyelashes by 0.2 millimeters and lying about it, okay? I know you're probably thinking, Ben, you were the furthest thing from a beauty influencer. Why are you giving your 2 cents on this drama? If you don't know the drama, I'll explain it in like 30 seconds. But let me just quickly say, I've put makeup on my face exactly 3 times in my life. The first time was when everyone and their mother was putting on cat eye eyeliner. So I tried it, put it on my eyes, and I looked like a fucking raccoon that just ate a Subway sandwich out of a garbage can. The second time was when I dressed up as a minion for Halloween, and the third time was when I dressed up as a rat for Halloween. That's it. So why am I talking about this? Because one thing about me is I am observant. Throughout every drama that the beauty community has had, I've been there watching with fucking popcorn, baby. I don't know what it is, but it's like so enthralling to me. It's truly screen grabbing. When Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star created the Conspiracy Palette, I was there for the unnecessarily long 5-part documentary. When James Charles and Tati were fighting about fucking gummy bears, I was watching the moment that the videos came out. So I know a thing or two. I know about the cadence of how these things go. So when I noticed that this girl named Michaela Nogueira was trending on Twitter, getting a lot of flack, I was curious. And if you don't know, basically what happened is this girl did an ad, a sponsored post for, I believe it was L'Oreal. They had some mascara, which I always get mascara and eyeliner mixed up. Mascara, the one that makes your eyelashes longer. She made an ad for one of their products. It was like telescopic lashes. But there was a cut around the end of the video where she applied it, the video cut, and then suddenly her eyelashes were like way longer than most people thought. And at first there was a lot of discussion about, you know, like maybe that's actually what the product does. Maybe like, holy moly, we have like fucking radioactive mascara here that duplicates your cells in a insane amount of time and grows your eyelashes in literally milliseconds. But then people like kind of figured it out. They're like, okay, she lied. She put on temporary eyelashes when the video cut to make it look like the product worked better. And that's what the general consensus is now. You know, some people are still defending her because she lied. She said in the comments, guys, I would never add extra lashes to my eyelashes, with like a laughing emoji. She like very much played it off, I think, thinking no one would catch her. And you know what? I might be proven wrong. It might turn out that in fact she never added any eyelashes. I don't know. But as it stands right now, it's not looking good for her. And the first thing that came to my mind was like, why? Like, why even do that in the first place? There's no way in hell a brand would ever mandate that she fakes the product's effects in like their pitch. That would literally look terrible for them. You know, you see that with like maybe food commercials. Like you see a commercial for McDonald's and the burgers are made out of plastic, and TV ads for like McDonald's, Burger King, like that's all plastic. That's all fake. So like maybe I could see from that point of view, but you know, the stakes are so high in the beauty community, and we'll get to that in a second, but the stakes are so high that if you slip up the slightest bit, the beauty community eats their fucking own and they will eat you. So I don't think that the brand told this girl to like, okay, and then just like, you know, put on some extra eyelashes, make it look real good, real long. I think that was a choice of her own. But also that doesn't make sense, because why would she fake the eyelashes? She's getting paid the same amount regardless of how it looks. It's not like the brand is going to pay her more money the longer the eyelashes are. In that case, she'd have those shits looking like Ariana Grande's ponytail coming out of her fucking eyeballs. Like, that's not how it works. So I think that maybe she just wanted to make it look more impressive, to, you know, organically. I don't know. It really is strange. I can't see either side of why that would happen, because, you know, as an influencer, if you put it on and it doesn't work, that's on the brand, that's on the product. It's not your responsibility to make sure the chemicals in the product fucking enhance your eyelashes. That's like not realistic. So the whole situation just like very much confuses me, but for literally no reason. Back to the main point of this video, it doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter. And I know that's coming from someone who doesn't touch makeup at all. So it's not even that personal to me. But let's like really think about it here. The beauty community has such a tendency to argue about nothing, okay? A main example that I can think of this is back in 2018 during the James Charles and Tati drama, when, you know, when you think of it, there's all this other stuff that comes to mind, like James Charles flirting with the waiter, all this like back and forth and banter. But you look at what the root cause was of this drama, and it was literally this Tati being upset because James Charles promoted a competitor to her. For context, she had her own line of like vitamin gummies. Sorry, a Japanese ambulance is blasting outside the window. They're really yelling. Tati had her own line of gummy bears, and then James Charles promoted Sugar Bear hair gummy bears. And that's literally the root cause of the issue. That's what launched the first fucking nuke into World War III. Like, it was crazy. So I felt themes of that when I saw just universal outrage at this Michaela girl for what she did. So, like, yes, she's obviously in the wrong. Yes, it's a scummy thing to do. But it's eyelashes. Like, it's fucking eyelashes, you guys. Like, let's all take our hands and touch the grass real quick. Now, on the furthest end of things, yes, she's possibly making people go out and buy a product that maybe does not work, or doesn't work to the extent that people are hoping that it works. That sucks. That's not a good thing to do. Especially for like how much she probably made from that. Michaela is one of the biggest beauty influencers right now. She consistently gets like on average like 5 million views on TikTok. And we're in a time where the beauty community is basically dying. I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but it is nowhere near where it used to be. You know, at the start of the pandemic, I think there was so many people experimenting with makeup, having fun with it. The makeup industry just like freaking skyrocketed. You had all these beauty creators that were at home making these like insane transformations, like turning themselves into movie characters. Like I have some mutuals that would spend like literally like 10 hours like doing one makeup look for one TikTok, and it would get like 20 million, 30 million, 40 million views. Now they get like 50,000 views per video. And for the longest time, I was thinking, like, what happened there? Because, you know, makeup isn't something that was invented during the pandemic. It's been around for a while. It's been a fascination for like literally. You look at like paintings of the motherfuckers in like Renaissance paintings, and they're wearing makeup, and you know how there's whole styles to how they did it. It's nothing new. So why is it just recently dying? Why did it go down so much? And I think it's like like a lot of the fascinations of the COVID period, for example, Among Us, Zoom, things like that. You know, as we are going outside and touching grass, these things become less relevant to us. You know, things that solely existed from A, having an abundance of free time, and B, not really being able to do much else. Like that's what caused, I think, such a boom in the makeup industry. And now, you know, people are still putting on makeup. They're still going out, but I think the fun of it and the allure of it is like kind of dead for a lot of people because you just don't have the time anymore. We're back to regular life. Believe it or not. The pandemic is done. I'm not going to say that, but like we're not locked down. We're not locked in our rooms. And that's why it's died. So, you know, it's really weird that this Michaela girl has been able to push through all that to still be relevant despite like literally almost every single other beauty creator die off. I mean, even look at James Charles. Like on his YouTube channel, he gets like he struggles to crack 1 million views. So it's pretty much universal. And I know I may be missing out on some people. Like I said, I'm not like in touch with the beauty community, but I'm just giving my dumb 2 cents. So this Michaela girl is doing so well. You can add it up to a bunch of different factors. You know, she has like a really captivating personality, and she's very unique. Okay, she has this like thick Massachusetts accent, which I would have had if I still lived in Massachusetts. Fun fact about me is when I moved there as a little kid, I probably would have lived there and been an American, except my dad got laid off from the company that he was working for, and we had to go back to Canada because his work visa expired. In another life, I have the exact same accent as her, and that freaks me the fuck out. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about other people, because that's what we do in this podcast. So she had all these things that made her very captivating. You know, like even some of my friends would just send me her videos like that they didn't even care about makeup, and they're like this girl is just like so funny and like so captivating, and I'd watch them. I'd agree, like even though it wasn't my cup of tea, I was like, wow, she's very interesting, she's very captivating. And I think a lot of people on the low end develops like a trust in her for reviewing makeup products, um and in middle area kind of like a big sister vibe, and then on the high end like full-blown parasocial friendship with this girl. So a lot of people were very personally like attached to her. So when she blatantly lied, blatantly falsified a sponsored video, I can see why a lot of people were hurt. And it's like when influencers have this air of this like alluring parasocial friendship that they offer, I want you to look at me. I want you to look at my face if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to it, just perceive me. Just perceive my face. I feel very uncomfortable doing